Oh, hello Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Here we have some cardinal water. We've got the Knight of Cups. This card is all about the giving and receiving of love and affection. The very first thing that comes to mind with this card is, are you engaged in this process with others, consciously engaged in connection, right? In offering kindness, in receiving kindness, in recognizing love and beauty around you. Okay. This card also is telling me that you have something special inside of you that you really want to share with the world. Right now, it feels like you're in a mood for sharing right now. You know, it feels like you're really. It's kind of like you're ready to sort of put down the boxing gloves and just get close to people. You know, just to kind of stop fighting, stop striving, stop struggling, and just enjoy life. You know, I feel this card is also talking about how sometimes we are passionately moved by our feelings. Okay, this is the card of emotion in the true sense of the term, that we are emoting, right? That we are sort of sending this energy out. So I think you're very aware right now of what kind of energy you're sending out to the world. Is it energy of kindness and beauty and love and joy and bliss and peace, or is it something else? Right, and I think that you're really in the mood now for a melody. No, you're in the mood for love and affection, for just sort of bonding with people, making connections. Yeah, that's very, very good energy. We could be talking also about a Cancer person that's in your life. Maybe we'll see with some more cards here what really we've got going on. This is related to the Cancer sign. We've got that Three of Cups coming next. Of course, this is an instruction for you, really, right? This is sort of your homework for the week. See how, during this week, see if you could take advantage of any opportunities, create the opportunity for you to get close to people, bond with people, right? Call up a friend and have lunch, or go see your family members, or spend time with your pets, your plants, or your people, right? Or everyone together at the same time. It really is the card of celebrating, but not in the sense of really celebrating an achievement, although we've got the Ten of Swords down beneath everything, so maybe. We do have Hermit mode in the background here. We've got a very interesting combination of cards here, with the Eon and the Ten of Swords into the Six. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. I kind of feel like you're throwing a dinner party pretty soon, right? Or you're going to be invited somewhere, or you're going to be involved in putting together some sort of event, not event, but like a small gathering, right? An intimate event, an intimate evening with friends and family, we can call it, right? Let's see what else we've got here. Six, another six. Six of Swords, Four of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Devil card. I almost feel like this is the way that you're going to regain some of the inspiration that you've been needing, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down over here. We're going to move these out of the way. We're going to put Frankenduck right on top this cycle, and we're going to put that card right over there. We're not going to look at that until the very end. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay? If you have a prediction for that card, please put it down in the comments. It's important we exercise our intuition every chance we get. This is a good opportunity, right? So let's play along. It's kind of fun anyway, right? We'll make a little game of it. Let's look around. We see quite a bit of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I kind of feel with these, that they're both sort of showing similar energies. The hermit, on the one hand, is maybe kind of withdrawn, right? Separated from things, not going backwards, but going within, right? And then, of course, we go to the Aeon card, which is you now going without, going extroverted, going through the doorway, out into the open, out into the future, right? So this is sort of going inward, but then you turn around, you approach this doorway. This is the portal to your future. This is the rest of your life through this door. Okay, and then over here we sort of have the Hierophant and the Devil card in similar energies. The Hierophant is fixed earth. The Hierophant is kind of saying this is the structured order, this is the institution of things, this is the way things are. This is sort of wild and crazy creative freedom here. Some of you might be recently getting out of a relationship or a marriage or a business contract of some kind. Okay, there could be sort of an official or legal sort of aspect to it. Now, I'm not a lawyer, obviously. Would a lawyer wear this shirt? I mean, come on. But I feel that there's some sort of, there's something that you're getting out of, right? And I wonder if all these swords cards really, and they're kind of clustered down here at the bottom, I wonder if the basis of all this is that you kind of are celebrating in a way. You're celebrating the ending of something. Right? And so I think Spirit's kind of showing us by these cards that something's ending. So let's celebrate. Let's get together with the people that are meaningful to us. Right? Let's strengthen, let's acknowledge those relationships around us that mean something. Let's get together, let's have, that intimate evening together, right? Dinner and drinks with your family and friends, right? Because what's coming next for you is going to require a lot of hard work. And that's devil energy going through this doorway. You're leveling up, right? I think that you've gotten away from something here. The Hermit is kind of showing that this was a learning experience for you for sure. The Hermit and the Hierophant is really saying the same thing, right? And it's almost as if this goat is sort of running away from this institution, and we could be literally talking the institution of marriage, or we could be talking about the sort of the life that you had that felt restricting. It felt like you were sort of conforming to the ways of the world, going with the grain, towing the line, status quo, all that stuff, and then we got devil goat energy sort of going their own way, okay? So I feel like you maybe are celebrating an ending or a transition from one thing kind of going out and getting ready for this next thing coming in, okay? And I think this is maybe that liminal space. So we've got no fire at the moment, which is interesting. There's fire here. Right? This is the Aeon card. Its associated element is fire all day. So I feel like this is the future. This is sort of what you're looking at. You're looking at this big, it's almost like somebody that knows they're going to be traveling overseas to this really, really big job, new life and everything. So they just want to have one last big get together with all their friends and family. It's almost a bon voyage. Yeah, it's kind of what it feels like. And the Six of Swords, let's not forget, is sometimes a card that's talking of overseas journeys. In other words, international travel, long-distance traveling for you. Okay? So the fire energy is coming in the future. And like I said, right now you're not really in a mood for striving, for struggling, for fighting, for, that sort of typical Aries energy, right? We're in the mood for a melody. We're in the mood for a little bit of love and affection and the intimate kind of connections, and to really just spend some quality time with quality people. Yeah, that's the name of the game. Because the fire's coming afterwards. We're getting ready for the fire, okay? We see, of course, the water energy right here. That's central focus. We see the air energy that's kind of peripheral. It's underneath everything. The reason you want to gather everybody together is because of this Ten of Swords. And then on the periphery, there's this other sort of stuff going on. So we've got our air energy. And then, of course, we have our earth energy. And really, we've got earth here, earth here, earth here, earth here. The major arcana and that Six of Pentacles. Major arcana are earth energies. Virgo, Taurus, right? And then, of course, Capricorn. So there is a strong earth connection here, especially, of course, the Six of Pentacles, obviously, is earth, because this is something that is affecting your sort of physical existence, where you are in life and what you're doing in this material world that we find ourselves, right? So the Three of Cups is that instruction this week. Make sure that you connect with your people. You know, make sure that you spend quality time where you are kind of, you're there, you're engaged, but you're listening, you're receiving energy. Okay, that you're focused, that you're doing more listening than talking, you're doing more sitting and resting than running around. Okay, and that it's, you know, spend that quality time with your quality people. Three of Cups here. I think that you're considering a new home or a new work environment of some kind. Okay, but right now is the time to spend time with the people that you have around you. Okay, and I don't know if if there really is that sort of idea that you're going to be traveling, and so maybe you're not going to see these people for a while or something like that. Okay, I'm kind of getting that feeling. But regardless of exactly what the future is bringing for you, I think this is the perfect time for you to acknowledge and recognize and strengthen, right, those bonds that you have with your people, right? Three of Cups. Now, underneath everything, of course, we have that Ten of Swords. And I think the Ten of Swords is, for me, it's kind of, for me, I always say that this is us getting out of the bird cage, right? That we haven't been able to really spread our wings and become our true selves. And we've been sort of restricted by something. Something's been sort of holding us down. And maybe it's kind of the realization, maybe that realization has dawned on you that the situation, whatever you've had career-wise, family, if it's a romantic thing, if it's some sort of business thing or creative thing, something in life has been holding you back. Okay. This card sort of represents like the dawning of that realization. And then, of course, once we realize that we've been in that state, and it's confirmed by the Hierophant too, because the Hierophant is that institutional fixed earth energy. Okay. Once we realize that, then I think it's very easy to walk through the bars. You know, once we can see them, we realize that getting out of that is not. I mean, it has its own challenges, I'm sure, but it's easier than you think. You know, this card is also about sort of the ending of some plans. It's a 10. It's an ending. Okay. And so it could be the ending of a relationship. It could be that you had this particular train track that you were on, and then came the realization that you don't want to be on it. You know, or something has kind of, maybe it's come to its natural end, or things have sort of progressed to the point where it's kind of falling apart, but it's a liberating feeling for you. There's not an ounce of sadness or sorrow in any of these cards. This is really positive energy. And it's all sort of resting, right? All this stuff is resting on the Ten of Swords. So it's the ending of some sort of relationship, whether it's business or you know, personal, professional, platonic, romantic, whatever. It's the ending of this thing that is liberating you, and I think is cause to celebrate. You know, we do see the Hermit in the background. Okay, I don't know if you're some sort of investor or you do some sort of banking thing, but I feel that there's kind of there's something to do with, maybe you're an importer exporter, right? You do something with the transfer or movement of goods or of money or something like that. right? Maybe you move furniture, maybe you move money. Yeah. The hermit, though, back here, I think is sort of, it's how we came to this dawning realization. You know, it's the introspection that was needed for you to come to this conclusion. Okay. It was the period of time that it sort of took for you to give this thing its due diligence, to come to this awareness, the introspection, the finding of your own inner light. Maybe it's the sort of dawning realization that you've got this whole spirit within you that wants to go out and do great things, bigger things, better things, or just different things. And so you shouldn't be keeping yourself in this birdcage, right? I think this is kind of an important point too with the hermit, because I feel like your people haven't seen you in a while. I feel like you've sort of been hermit mode for a while, and it's almost like maybe this relationship or this business contract or your employment over here or this life path that you've been on, this train track that you've been riding on, has sort of, maybe intentionally, maybe not, sort of kept you away from your friends and family. It's been a journey that you've been on for a long time, and it could be anything. I don't know exactly what the Ten of Swords is for you, but it feels like it sort of, I don't want to say isolated, but it sequestered you from your friends and family. Okay? And now I think that there is this sort of, the hermit sort of turning back and focusing on this now. That it really is a great time for you to sort of, to reach out. Okay? And I think people are going to kind of know that, okay, you're reaching out now, so something's changed. What's changed in life? What's going on? You know, what happened to that other thing that you were doing, and what are you going to do next, right? You might be telling people, hey, I'm going on a trip, you know. The Eon card up here is sort of the wake-up call. It's the judgment card of the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. It's the angel blowing the trumpet in your face to sort of wake you up and awaken you to your new life, right? Your true life. And so that card really it's sort of the wake-up call. This is, in some ways, the spiritual alarm clock, right? This is, hey, it's time to make this big change. And I think that you've had that awakening, you've made the change, or you're in the process of it, okay? And I feel like the people that you're here with, they're celebrating with you. They're proud of you. They're happy for you. They love you, right? They're happy to see that you've made this positive change in your life, okay? Really, really feels like you've got really quality people around you. The Eon card is also a divine doorway. So we're going to do a divine doorway card here. We're going to select one just sort of randomly out of the pack, and we're going to set it down right over here. Let's turn it right side up. How about that? That looks like a nice doorway. That's you kind of coming up from a little cave down there, right? Looks like you've been in the basement or even a dungeon or a cell, and you're returning up to the light. I like that very much. I like that, what that's sort of symbolizing, because it's kind of pointing out that this was kind of a dark, isolating sort of time for you back there. And we're going to look at this card right now and see what it says. Heart healing. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. The healing heart. That might have a great something to do with what you've been doing or what this is or where you've been. And it really could be that this, I don't want to speculate on what this kind of thing was. But I feel like now you're healing your heart here. It kind of feels like if there was some sort of mourning or sorrow or despair or something, that you've emerged from that, right? Maybe it was literally a period of mourning. Okay, well, that could be maybe this Cancer person that we're talking about. This could be maybe an older male energy in your life. Okay, but the point is that you're emerging from that, and you're going through this doorway, a fiery doorway to the future. And this is kind of the hermit has to make the conscious, willed, intentional effort to walk through. No one's pushing you, no one's forcing you, no one's dragging you by the heels to get you through this door. You make the decision of when it's time, okay? And I think that there's a bit of a schedule. It's kind of like you're going to look at your watch and say, I got a flight to catch. I better get going soon. But it's your choice, right? You booked the flight, right? But this is a fiery doorway. So this is like something that is difficult to sort of move through. And it's so, in a sense, there's a little bit of this bittersweetness that we sometimes get. And maybe it's because you know that the life that you're moving into, while it is a blessing, it is beautiful, and I think it's going to be very successful physically, financially, but in a lot of other ways too, creatively, right? Maybe even romantically. It's a possibility there. While it is the best move for your life, this is the future that you need, that you want, that you are destined for, there's that little bit of bittersweetness where maybe it's kind of, it's going to, again, sort of sequester you from your friends and family a little bit, right? It's taking you in a direction that's kind of, people are going to be sad to see you go. They're going to be so happy for you, but kind of sad to see you go. Maybe we're talking about people at the old job, and this is your last day. And it's just kind of, everybody loves you and you're forging these bonds with people, but then they're not going to see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. clocking in. It's going to be different. It's going to take some adjustment, but it's a very, very good thing. Okay. And so maybe this is really talking about you, making those connections with those quality people so that you can continue a relationship with them outside of whatever this was. And then, of course, as you go through this doorway into the future, that you can still continue that relationship with those people. Or if it's maybe one particular person, okay, now's the time to kind of tell them how you feel. Now's the time to connect and say, hey, let me get y'all's phone numbers, right? Let me hook up with you on YouTube or other less important social media sites, right? Do that now before you lose contact with those quality people, okay? I think now's the time for that. Going into the future position, we have the Six of Pentacles. Wonderful success. Everybody's bringing something to the table here. And this is kind of, again, this is kind of like the dinner party. Every time I get the Six of Pentacles on this channel, you might be tired of hearing it. I think of this as like the potluck. Everybody's bringing a dish to the potluck. And this is, it's not a huge banquet hall. It's not a huge long table. It's just a small round table, like what your grandma had in the kitchen. The yellow table with the flowers, chairs. It's just enough for a few of us to sit here. Everybody's brought something. Everybody has brought their own sort of, this is kind of you forging like a lasting friend group and making those pinky promises that we'll never lose touch with each other. Yeah. And to me, that's really something special. Making those sort of bonds that are going to last for the lifetime, I think this is also talking about the future that you're sort of looking forward to achieving. And I think that this is a life that's more harmonious for you, a life that is full of brightness where you can really shine. Look at how this card shines. It looks like we're staring into a flashlight here, right? And maybe this is sort of part of it too. I can't help but think of this as you communing with maybe it's this older father energy. Maybe some of you did lose somebody recently. I always say that, lost. You didn't lose anything. They're not lost. They're not wandering around trying to, check the map of where they are. They have transitioned into spirit. I think it's an older male energy. It kind of is saying that this is maybe the final. Now, this is going to go a little bit sideways for some of you, okay? But I wonder if the hermit energy is talking about your estrangement from a father figure in your life who is now in the process of transitioning to spirit. And this is about you making that connection with them, okay? As they make this transition, into the light. I know it's a cliche, but for some of you, this is going to be the thing. And I'm getting an S or an SH name for that person. I don't think it's going to be for all of you. I pray it's not, but I feel this flow of energy for someone out there. Okay, and I don't know if there was some stomach thing with him. Yeah. But the Six of Pentacles is a very good card. right? It's you moving into the light. It is talking about the beauty and the harmony of what is to come next, of what the future holds through this doorway is all light. We could be talking about this, someone in the process of transitioning to spirit, okay? But this is also you transitioning to your very best life, of where your talents and your skills and your personality and your charm and your soul is going to really find a home, right? It's really going to find where it belongs. That sort of the right, perfect setting, environment for you to flourish, to thrive, to spread your wings. Yeah. We're going to talk about the path of the serpent now. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And please support all of your favorite YouTube tarot readers. Not just me. I know I'm your number one favorite. But everyone that you like on YouTube. Okay. Support their channel. Hit the like button. Leave a comment to their videos, even if it's just to say hello. Watch the videos all the way through till the end. Check out any sponsors that they may be promoting, or any ads that they're running that have products that interest you, or whatever's going on there, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, because things are tough all over, so we really have to stick together and support all of our favorite YouTube tarot readers. All right, and I appreciate that. So let's talk about the path of the serpent. General energy, of course, 6 of Swords. That's the divine plan. I like that we have a 6 here. We've got a 6 here. It's really, really nice. And I think that this is kind of, this is your idea of, yeah, okay, I've got a plane to catch. I've got to get going now. So it sucks, but we've got to say our goodbyes because I got to get to the next step here. I got to start this next journey. Okay, and I think that this is you really having a solid plan that's emerging from what is the destruction of this old thing, right? What this was here, and that again, I don't have any feelings that this was necessarily a bad thing, but this was something from which you are emerging, able to spread your wings. Yeah, we say it's a bird cage, but in the same way that the human body is a bird cage to the soul, right? Because it limits us. It limits us in we have to obey the sort of physical laws of the universe, so-called. But it's not necessarily something that was bad or toxic. I don't think that it was. Okay, but I think it's necessary that part of the plan now is moving forward into what's coming next. Okay, and this is also a card of connections, harmonious interactions with people. I think that in your general energy right now, you've gotten everybody's phone numbers, that you've sort of you made those connections, you got their Facebook profiles or whatever, and you've added everybody as a friend, and there's the ability to communicate long distances, and I think that if you're the one who is having the older male who's transitioning into spirit, this is you really making amends and getting that connection back with them. That before they go, there is this perfect bond between everything has healed. We do have the heart healing card. The link has been restored. Okay? And I feel like this person will be a link for you for the rest of your life. Okay? And that feels really good. The next card, of course, is the 4 of Swords, and it's in the position of the environment. So it's a card of you accepting. It's a card of you listening more than talking, right? It's a card of you really kind of observing and taking it all in and allowing yourself to receive, okay? If everybody's sitting around the table eating, it's kind of you just like asking the question and listening to someone's answer and giving somebody the full attention. It's like we put our knife and fork down. Our phones aren't even on the table, right? And we're just listening to what the other person, someone's telling a story, right? Or somebody is sharing something about themselves, or someone's making a joke or something like that. And I think the 4 of Swords is really you giving people your full attention. Yeah. And to me, this is, again, whether we're talking about this older male energy or just those intimate friends and family, or those people from the old workplace that you kind of they're taking you out for dinner on your last day at work or whatever. Maybe you're transitioning into retirement too. That could be something. Or this is the end of the school, the university career, and you're transitioning now into your career. This is you kind of, in some ways, a little bit detached from what's going on, looking at it almost from a third-party perspective and just appreciating what's really happening here. Okay? But only for a minute, because then you're re-engaging. Yeah. But this is, it's a card of appreciation. It's a card of like, there's something deeper here than what meets the eye. Yeah. And now we've got the couple cards left. We've got the Hierophant, and we've got that Devil card. The Hierophant, this is in the position of what you don't want. Or this is the obstacle. This is kind of, on the one hand, this could be the university itself, right? And it's kind of it's what you don't want now. This is the old energy that is kind of that you're sort of you're leaping over it. You're right. The goat is kind of leaping over. It's almost as if you transform into a goat. You leap over the fence at the college and you just run off to live your life. And everybody says, "Well, there goes Aries." It really is. I think it's a period of a great transformation in your life, and this is a situation that you learned a lot from. It's time to move on from it. Okay. Because this is that institution. So we could be talking about a marriage. We could be talking about a friendship that now is kind of, it's kind of like you're not able to, you're one of you is moving away or something, or you're just kind of both living your own lives and it's taking you in different directions. It could be things like that. But the Hierophant, we don't want to get stuck here, because that's kind of saying like, you know what, I'd rather be in the birdcage. I'd rather just stay where I was because I like it. It's comfortable. It's familiar. It's rather easy too, right? Because there's sort of no, everything's been sort of figured out already. And so we don't really have to do a whole lot except exist within this, right? But I don't think you're able to stay there. This is the card that we don't want. As much as this was something beautiful and something that we, I think, cherished in some ways, at least, we know that it's time for us to transform into the goat and pursue whatever is coming next. Now, this is your driving force. This is the engine of the car, and the engine can be a great way to power a transport vehicle, right, to carry you into the future in a nice, slow and gentle way. You can see the scenery, go on a nice tour of the world. This could be the engine inside of a dragster, where we're just kind of we're just going to really try to get the best time on the quarter mile. Or this could be something sort of in between, or this could be the car that's kind of taking you from one, really pleasant experience to another, that we're kind of, this is the Uber that's taking you from on the pub crawl or something, but it's the driving force. It's the idea that I've got to move. I'm going to do something. I'm moving forward in life. But I think that this is really that part of you that wants to go out and learn the world, do the world, right? Make a mark on the universe, to be part of something, to engage with something. And this is really, I think, what's being called the generative drive, right? This is your will. This is that engine within you that sort of drives you to make a difference in the world, to improve your circumstances, to kind of alleviate suffering, both for yourself and for others around you, your loved ones. And to create, right? It's that creative force. Yeah. And of course, this can become the aggressive drive or the pleasure drive, right? And I think you need a little. It's your hunger, And I think it's you setting off into the world to explore this new future, this new phase of your life. And maybe this was a rite of passage. Maybe this is something something else that's going on, I say we look at the mystery card before this video really takes your whole day up. Maybe this is going to be the Aries power card. Maybe this will show us where that devil energy is headed, right? That's what I think. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be something creative. It could be something aggressive. It could be something that's kind of purely pleasure, something that just feels good. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's just take a look. The Tower. Interesting. The Tower could be the aggressive drive, right? This could be the driving force that just, you want to just get out, and this is the drag. This is the drag racer, that you just want to get out and hit the gas, and it doesn't. Maybe you don't even really know where you're going yet. I feel like you do, though, because of this Six of Swords. There seems to be a plan to all of it. You seem to have an idea of your itinerary and the sort of path that you're taking, but I feel like you're flooring it. You're hitting the gas hard to get out of here. Okay, to get into this next phase. Yeah, it's the real fire energy. But I think that this is also one of those moments in life. So we think of the Tower energy as something sort of disruptive or destructive, but it doesn't have to be. Now, it's usually disruptive, yes. It usually changes your life significantly when you get a Tower event. But a Tower event is a part of your life that is punctuated by change. Okay? It's not slow, gradual change. It's like, bam, in your face. Major change happening very quickly. It's those moments in life, those situations, circumstances, those transitions and changes in your life that you will never forget. You will tell your kids, your grandkids, and all your great-grandkids about this moment in your life. About the time that you went from here through here to whatever's in the future, right? That's the change. And this card is about change, but very abrupt change. Okay, the punctuated change. Okay, we've got to understand that. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, you can click on the link in the corner. There's one down below in the video description. New readings for you, Aries, on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.